Am I the a-hole for telling my dad I won't be the babysitter this summer, or any time after that? Kind of feel like I'm a bit dumb for talking to him, but want to know if I'm the a-hole. So I, 17F, have been forced to babysit for my dad and his wife of 5 years, for the last 4 summers. The kids are my dad's stepkids who are currently 7, 6, and 5. No, the kids are 100% not my dad's kids. And yes, I am positive that they are not his kids. Doesn't really matter anyway, but I wanted to put that out here because I know the ages would make it appear like at least one could be. But no, my dad was never a very good dad to me. When I was a kid, he was really absent from our house. He left raising me to my mom and would show up when others were around to make it look good. But he never got involved or cared about me or my life. Actually, the one time I was always sure to see him was his birthday, when he would get mom to cook his favorite meal and open gifts. He never failed to show up when it was about him. My mom got sick when I was 8, and my dad bailed, and he filed for divorce. He left me to deal with my dying mom, and unfortunately for her, the divorce didn't go through before she passed, so he was still her husband, and yeah. He wasn't emotionally present for me then, or physically. He dumped me on a babysitter until I was 11, and then I was seen as old enough to be left alone. When I was 12, he moved in his wife who was still pregnant at the time. And they weren't married then. They got married when her youngest was about 5 months old. They told me I was going to level up and be a good big sis to her kids so that they could live their own lives and the kids would have someone to look up to. Then came the forced babysitting during the summer, all summer long. I always tried to find ways out of it but felt like I had no options, at least no realistic ones. My dad's wife is kind of better than my dad. She isn't very involved or directly caring to her kids, but she will often bark at me for not being more sweet to her kids and saying how sad her kids look when I don't interact with them. It's more than my dad would do. But she's not exactly getting involved with her own kids. I've been planning for over a year to get out. I turn 18 in May and graduate a couple of weeks later. Most likely I will go to stay with friends on my 18th birthday. I will be totally gone and never return. I won't babysit. And I know they expected that to happen. And I don't know that they would actually pay for someone else, or if they'd maybe leave the kids without someone watching them. So I decided to tell my dad I won't be babysitting this summer, or at all. In my head at least, if she cares a little, she might get someone else in. My dad told me I have been the most consistent person in the kids' lives and I'm an ass for dismissing them like that. He told me I should be staying and doing what he and his wife want because they put a roof over my head for so long now. He told me I'm going to cost him money with this. His wife started yelling at me for leaving her kids behind and how sad they'll be. Am I the a-hole?